Welcome back to the Done Deal Show. Hit the like button, subscribe, make sure you got the bell notifications turned on as well. We're sponsored, as ever, by our friends at StocksFC. Scan the QR code now or click on our link below to sign up to your free football stock trading account. Loads of transfer stories to jump into today, but an update from Fabrizio Romano in relation to Moreno to Arsenal. He states that Moreno wants Arsenal. His contract is 100% agreed. He says that Arsenal and Real Sociedad have been in contact for weeks over Moreno. A formal bid part of the process after a long verbal talks over the deal structure. Similar to the Calafiori story, the clubs are negotiating the best solution. But unlike the situation with Zubimendi to Liverpool, this is about the two clubs putting together a structure that suits them both. And I understand the frustration that Arsenal feel. They want the player in. The season is about to kick off. I get all the frustrations. I get all of the annoyances. But I do believe in this. I've been very consistent with this approach for years. You have to take care of the pennies and the pounds take care of themselves. We are now in a Premier League era where the money you make or the money you lose can be the difference. Genuinely could be the difference from points deductions, relegations, all sorts of madnesses. So ensuring you're not overspending, ensuring you're selling for the right price is absolutely key. But the player's 100% agreed his contract. He will push for this move. And I'm sure as we move nearer to the deadline, Arsenal will get this over the line. But I think Arsenal fans have that sense of relaxation because the player 100% wants to join. And I do think personally that is key. We know how good of a player he is. We know what he'll bring to the table when it comes to Arsenal, but just a little bit more patience is going to be needed. Now, moving on to Chelsea, some interesting stories. First one reports from Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea are ready to move for Osimhen soon, having always still had their eye on signing him, even with their moves for the Atletico pair, Merino and Xiao Felix. We know that Chelsea remain in conversations. The Blues have been offered the Nigerian striker as the Serie A giants again seek a part exchange deal that would see Lukaku reunited with his former boss, Antonio Conte, at Napoli, of course. But Fabrizio stating as well today that Chelsea are ready with their formal move for Osimhen. And I think this is an important one, really, for Chelsea. They need that goal scorer. They need someone that's going to put the chances they create. And they did last season. And if you've watched their preseason games, Chelsea create opportunities. Chelsea create moments. They need that elite movement. They need that spatial awareness. And they need someone that can put the ball in the back of the net. Osimhen is a massive upgrade on everything they've got. And I think this is the type of signing which could change the course of Chelsea's season from being a good one, a dangerous one, to potentially being a really potent one. Really, really potent. They're not just a good team who doesn't quite get over the line, a dangerous team who doesn't quite fulfill their potential. They can become seriously, seriously potent. Also, in other news, which I find very, very interesting, is that Chelsea have been handed a deadline to complete the Xiao Felix deal. Now, we know that the situation between Chelsea and Atti has become a little bit poisonous, a little bit frustrating, a little bit angsty, really, due to them pulling out the Samu Amarodium deal. Conor Gallagher sitting in a hotel for days and, waiting to complete his move to Atletico Madrid. That is seemingly not fallen through, but very much on pause right now. Atti have now set a deadline. And look, you put in some offers. We're not happy with what you're offering for Xiao Felix. If you really do want him, if he's part of your plans, let's get this job done. Let's get it over the line. A lot of Chelsea fans were on our live streams in the middle of the week, buzzing and praising the possibility of Xiao Felix coming back to Stamford Bridge, adding far more quality on the ball. And they believe and this is a fair point, and I want to get your opinions on this in the comment section, that actually with the tactics and the style of play that Maresca is set to bring in, this could be the time for Xiao Felix to flourish and be the player many Chelsea fans expected him to be the first time round. But I want to get your views and I want to get your opinions on this right now. As mentioned, we are sponsored by StocksFC today. I love this platform. As you can see here, there are currently 3 new IPOs out for sale. The new West Ham striker there at 47 pence per stock is selling quite nicely at this particular moment. But you know, the Premier League is kicking off today. My portfolio taking shape nicely. The vast majority of the players that I have put stock in have grown so far in terms of their valuation, but that isn't my focus. I've told you before, my strategy is all about that middle box there. You can see the rewards. So off of one game, okay, which was the Community Shield, which only had a handful of my players in, £7.59 already awarded to me. There's going to be hundreds of games played this year, absolutely hundreds of games played this year, involving my players in different competitions, including the Premier League. I believe that I will earn in rewards because I believe in the players that I have purchased more than I've spent building my squad. Then what I believe will happen, that will see my stocks rise and people are going to want to buy them and I might sell them. That's what I love about this platform. It tests your football knowledge and you can make money. And it isn't like trying to predict the score of a game. It's more about looking at a player, his availability, his technical ability, and how he delivers and saying, I believe he will be a success. I love it. It's great. You can start building your portfolio right now. I've started off in a very small way, but join the platform. Do your research. Start to have a look about. And one of the most important pages to check out is the top performers. This shows you that Chris Wood is actually the most potent and most deadly investment ever on this platform, with 3,247% lifetime return on investment due to his stock being so cheap in the beginning, but there being a massive payout on rewards. And it shows you who some of the stars of the future have been. But what's also worth looking at is scrolling right down to the bottom and looking at some of the individuals that have made a loss. And maybe that's because their stock came out higher than people were willing to pay. But then you have to look at what they're available for now. And a great example here is Matoma. You can see Matoma here. When his IPO was launched, £1.26. You can now get him for 61 cents. So if you think he's going to have an injury-free season, at 61 cents, there is the possibility for massive upside if he starts to deliver again. Plus, Brighton have invested a hell of a lot of money and could have a very, very good season. So whatever your strategy is going to be, go and check it out. Remember, you can lose money on this platform if you buy the wrong players, or they leave the Premier League, or they get injured, or they're just crap, right? You buy absolute flops, you could lose money. I'm not going to sit here and promise and guarantee anybody makes themselves a fortune. I'm not doing one of those weird Instagram things where I can make you a passive income off your phone. It's not like that. You got to have good football knowledge, but go and check it out now, because I personally think it's a whole heap of fun. Jorge Mendes is trying to engineer a deal that would see Manchester United sign Ugarte from Paris Saint-Germain. A resolution is still possible closer to the transfer deadline, although Man United insist they will not pay the PSG asking price. I get a lot of DMs and a lot of comments about, Terry, what do you think's happening with this deal? And I always say this, but firstly, I love the fact that people respect my opinion. I know I'm not for everybody, but I respect the Football Terrace community deeply. It's just about, I said it at the beginning of the video, take care of the penny and the pounds take care of themselves. Man United have been sailing close to the PSR sun for a while, and that has been due to overspending on players and underselling. So it is absolutely imperative that this summer we buck that trend. We're never going to get everything perfect. We're going to make mistakes as a football club. Everybody does. You know, we don't need sort of overly pedantic analysis of, well, you wanted your club to be perfect and they made this mistake and that mistake. Everyone makes mistakes, including the brilliant Real Madrid. However, it's important for us to pay what we think is the right valuation for a player. So I'm very relaxed about this taking longer than I want it to, because of the precedent that I think we're trying to set. I think Ugarte will become a Manchester United player. We've already seen PSG slowly start to chop away at their original valuation. It seems there's only sort of 5 to 10 million euros between what Man United are willing to pay and what PSG would accept when you kind of put together multiple reports from multiple outlets. So I personally, just as a football fan, remain confident Man United will get this over the line. We know how talented he is. We know the defensive prowess that he brings. His good technical ability. The Man United midfield will improve. I hope it's done sooner rather than later. I would love to have him available tonight for the Fulham game, but these things are not always possible. But I think it will get done. The stories make it sound like it's going to happen before the end of the window. However, I do think that Man United are doing the right thing. Look, as ever, hit like buttons, subscribe, leave us your comments below. Go and check out StocksFC. If it isn't for you, I know some of you comment and go, Terry, I don't like it. It's not for you then. Move on. Let the people that want to use it and have their fun. But remember, as I say, build your strategy wisely. Don't just throw money at it if you don't really know what you're doing yet. I've been kind of looking at it for 2 or 3 months, kind of building my strategy, what I want to do, the players I want to buy, etc. So don't just rush into it. Take your time. Slow burner. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I'll see you all again soon. Peace.